I guess I really don't know what Christmas is all about. Isn't there anyone who knows what Christmas is all about?
What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Diamond. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. And if you're not new, welcome back to my channel, guys. As you guys see by the title down below, we have a very interesting video. Your girl's going to be trying to make a new dinner recipe for the next week. Now, to some people, this may not seem like a big thing. This may just be like, okay, I cook a new meal every night, Diamond. What's the difference? One, I'm not a big cook. Your girl does not like to cook. I do not like the kitchen. It's not for me. Like, cooking is just not my expertise. Let's just say that. In my household, the rule is like I cook every other night. But if I'm being honest, the nights that it's my night to like do dinner, I normally just buy dinner because I just don't like cooking. I don't know what to make. I just don't like cooking, all that. So I'm not claiming to be a chef or anything like that because your girl does not know what she's doing. And not only am I going to be making like a new meal every single night, I'm going to be trying recipes that I never made before. So without further ado, let's just jump right into today's video. Okay, so starting off, today is Monday, and I'm going to be making the salmon bowl. This was originally created by Emily Mariko. It went really viral on TikTok not too long ago, so I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys what ingredients that I will be using for today's recipe. Okay, so starting off, we have this mayo. This is not your normal mayo. I'm not even going to try pronouncing this mayo because I frankly cannot. I tried calling stores around looking for this mayo, and I sounded like a fool. So, this mayo. Next thing we have is some seaweed. This is just a sea salt one. Honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of like seaweed chips. Only time I really like seaweed is in sushi, so we'll see how I like that. We have this white rice. It's like sticky white rice. This is pre-made. You can just warm it up in the microwave. Super easy, simple. I heard good things about this. I've seen other people use it, so I don't know. I'm gonna try it. I never used this before. I normally use the bag rice, but yeah. Then we have some soy sauce. Your girl loves some soy sauce. And then you can use sriracha, but I'm not the biggest fan of sriracha, so I just got ahead and just going to use hot sauce. I think sriracha and hot sauce are similar. I'm not going to say they're just alike because I know people are going to come for me. They're not, but they're similar. And then last thing is I have 2 pieces of salmon. So let's get into cooking this meal. So first things first, you're going to want to preheat the oven. And then while the oven is preheating, you're going to want to go ahead and start seasoning your salmon. Okay guys, so I'm just laying my salmon down flat, adding some olive oil so that the seasoning can stick. And then I'm just going to go ahead and just start seasoning. You can season your salmon however you like to season it with. I just did some salt, pepper, seasonal, garlic, salt, and Old Bay. Okay, so once you're done seasoning, it should look something like this. The oven has already preheated, so I'm going to go ahead and add the salmon into the oven and cook that for 15 minutes. Okay guys, so far, not bad. That part was really, really easy. I've seasoned salmon before. When this TikTok first went viral, I was not eating salmon. I kind of go through phases where like, I'll eat something and then I kind of want to take a break randomly, and there's no telling how long I would want to take the break. So I feel like it's been about a year that I haven't eaten salmon in a minute. But yeah, so far, so good. Now we're just waiting on the salmon to cook. Once it's almost like a little bit closer to almost being ready, I'll go ahead and warm up our white rice. This says it should be pretty easy to make. Okay guys, so I did just pull the salmon out. I am going to cut open to it. It's like piping hot, but I do want to cut open to it a little bit to make sure that it is cooked, and it is cooked perfectly. Now that that's done, we're going to go ahead and make our rice. We're almost done. I like this meal quite literally. It takes like 15 to 20 minutes, which is what I love. Because one of the things that I hate about cooking, one of the things why I don't like to cook, is the fact that you're literally staying on your feet for hours or longer than 10-20 minutes, and you want me to still be hungry. Like, how can I still be hungry after I just stood for 45 minutes? Like, no. Okay, so now I'm just cooking the rice per what the instructions say. Now the rice is done. This is microwavable rice. You can get whatever rice you like. And then now that the rice is done, I'm going to go ahead and start plating our dinner. So I'm adding the salmon on top. I did cut the piece in half because I did not need that big piece. But then I'm going to go ahead and add our soy sauce in. And then after the soy sauce, I'm going to add in some hot sauce. If you don't like hot sauce and you want to use sriracha, this is where you would use it at. And then you add in your mayo. And then once everything is nice and done, you're going to go ahead and smash everything and mix it all up. It does not look that appetizing, but just wait. Okay guys, so I just finished mixing the food up. As you guys can see, let me get you guys a nice little detail shot. Like I said, it does not look that good. But let's do a taste test. Okay, let's see. It smells so good. I always have to smell my food before I eat it. Wait. This is actually good. I think the mayonnaise makes it because it's more like a vinegary mayonnaise. This is good. Okay, so that was actually not bad. So what would I rate it for, like beginner, like quickness time? Honestly, I would honestly rate it a 9 out of 10. The longest thing that takes to cook is the salmon in the oven. You can cook your salmon on the stove, but I just like cooking the salmon in the oven, if I'm being honest. And everything else, especially if you get like the rice that I got, that you can just warm it up in a microwave, super easy. So I feel like the timing wise, would I rate it 9 out of 10. Taste wise, and if I would make it again, would definitely be an 8 out of 10. It's definitely super good, but it's not something that I would feel like I would desire on an everyday basis. Oh my god, wait, we didn't even try it with the seaweed. How could I forget? Let me open the seaweed for you guys. I cannot believe I almost forgot the seaweed. So here is our seaweed. Like I said, I'm not the biggest thing of seaweed. So I see people eat it like this, which, The seaweed just ruined it. Now, I don't know much about seaweed. I don't know the different types. I don't know much. This doesn't even taste good. Yeah. So I definitely just wasted my money because the seaweed was not good whatsoever. But everything else without the seaweed was good. So I think I'm going to stick with my scoring though, with the 8 out of 10 if I would make it again, because it definitely is good and definitely will be something that I will be adding to like my menu when it's my night to cook. But yeah, so that's all for today. That's all for Monday. Let's see what your girl will be making on Tuesday. Okay guys, so today is Tuesday and we're back with another new meal to cook tonight for dinner. So tonight I decided to make a buffalo chicken wraps. So for your ingredients, you're going to need some chicken tenders. I just got these pre-made already from Publix. I feel like these are easy, simple to use. You can obviously make them homemade if you like, but I just genuinely did not have the energy for that. Then I have some Frank's Red Hot Wing sauce, the buffalo one. Next thing I have is some blue cheese. You can use blue cheese or ranch. I am not a ranch girl. I am a blue cheese girl. So, yeah. And then the next thing you need to have is some cheese and some flour tortillas. Now you can add like sour cream and tomatoes, but I do not like either. So I personally will not be adding that into mine, but you can add whatever you choose or whatever you like to add into your burrito. Okay, so I have pre-made chicken tenders from Publix. You can make them homemade if you like, but you're gonna go ahead and just start cutting them up. I was struggling at first because the breading was coming off, so I wasn't sure if I had the right knife. So that's why you guys see me just changing knives for a second, just trying to figure it out because your girl is no chef over here, but we're learning. So I'm just chopping it up into small pieces. You can make these sizes, make it any size that you like, but I didn't want mine too big, so I'm just chopping all 3 chicken tenders up. Okay, so now that our chicken tenders are nice and chopped up, we put them into a gallon Ziploc bag, and then we're gonna open our hot sauce and pour some of our sauce into the bag and just mix it up. You can add as much hot sauce as you like. I didn't want it too saturated, but I still wanted it to be coated, if that makes sense. I just didn't want too much like liquid hot sauce. Yeah, no. So I'm just shaking it up nice and good so that every single piece is coated with hot sauce. Okay, so it's time to assemble our burrito. So I went ahead and just added my dressing at the bottom of the tortilla already. So this one is ranch, but you can do blue cheese or whatever other dressing that you like. And then I added our chicken on top that we had already cut and had coated in hot sauce. And then I added some shredded lettuce. Honestly, I did the cop-out option and just had pre-shredded bag already, but if you want to go ahead and shred the lettuce yourself, by all means go ahead. I'm just lazy. And then I'm adding some cheese on top. You can add as much and as little whatever you want. This is just preference. And then we're gonna go ahead and just roll up the burrito. I am no pro, so let me know if you know how to do it better. Burrito is finally done. I'm gonna do a taste test for you guys. I am gonna preference this. I'm not the best at wrapping burritos, so let's see how well though it tastes. This is really good. Like, really good. What would I rate this? Like, for taste, I would give this a 10 out of 10. I really do like this. I love wraps though, so this doesn't surprise me. And then for like the scale of how easy it was, honestly a 10 out of 10. Because I did already have the pre-made chicken tenders. It really was super quick. This meal literally took me 10 minutes, if that. I definitely would recommend making this. This is really good. So I'm about to go eat this and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay guys, so today is a new day. It is currently a Wednesday. Your girl is exhausted. I have been running errands all day, on the go, all day. I'm so tired. But today we're going to be making chicken pesto sandwiches. So what you're going to need for this is obviously chicken. My chicken has already been defrosted or thawing all day. We're going to need some pesto, whatever brand you like, mozzarella, and some bread. I love brioche bread, so see how we like it. I've never made this before, obviously. So I did preheat the oven for 450. So now what we're about to do is we're about to season our chicken and throw it into the oven. Okay, so we have our chicken nice and laid out. So what I'm about to do is add some olive oil onto the chicken so that the seasoning can stick. And I'm just adding in all my seasonings. I showed you guys how I season my chicken in one of my college vlogs. I show it all the time because this is like one of my go-to ways to season chicken. Nothing too special. Just make sure the seasoning's all nice and pressed into the chicken. Okay, now that we're pretty much done with our chicken, I kept the seasoning pretty simple because I'm out of a lot actually of stuff. A lot of seasonings. We're going to go ahead and put our chicken in for 15 minutes. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and turn on our stove while our chicken is cooking, and we're gonna start buttering our pan so that we can go ahead and start assembling these sandwiches. So I'm mixing the pesto up because oil does sit on the top of the pesto when you first open it. But now I'm just adding pesto onto both sides of the bread. I love pesto, so I was all here for this. And now I sliced our chicken in half, and I'm adding the chicken on the sandwich and adding some cheese. Obviously you can add as much cheese or as little cheese as you like. And now that our stove is nice and heated, we can go ahead and add our piece of bread on there, and then we're gonna add our top piece of bread, guys. Oh my god, I'm so excited for this sandwich. We're gonna go ahead and press our sandwich down and then flip. Do you guys see that nice golden bread? Like, I'm so happy. Okay guys, I just finished. I'm super excited. Here is the taste test. Wait, let me show you guys what it looks like. It looks so good. Wait. It's actually best. This actually, even Scar's coming. This actually may be one of my favorite meals. And it was easy, it was quick. I just love pesto. I love anything with pesto. So I think that's why I like this. Now, on the scale of how easy this was, honestly, this was a 10. I did the chicken in the oven. super quick, butter the pan. It's like making grilled cheese, but with chicken and pesto instead. And then for what would I rate this? Honestly, so far, a 10 out of 10. This is the top meal I think I've made so far, which is so surprising. But here is the chicken pesto, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay guys, so today is Thursday. We're almost done through the week, and today I'm super excited for today's dinner. Today we're gonna be making sushi. If you guys don't know, I am a sushi lover. Like, I love sushi. Anytime any of my friends or family come into Miami and they want to go out to dinner, I'm always recommending a sushi spot because I love sushi. So in my last video, or a couple videos ago, I did a Amazon haul and I got a sushi kit maker. So I wanted to use it today and I'm super excited. So for today's recipe, what you're going to need is a cucumber, some rice. I'm using crab meat, but you can use any meat that you like. I just don't like imitation crab, so I just got regular lump crab meat, an avocado, and some roasted seaweed sheets, and this is what you're gonna wrap it in. So let's get to it. So what I'm about to do is I'm actually gonna prep and cut everything up, like the cucumber, the avocado, and warm the rice up. Now this is the same rice that I had for the Emily Mariko bowls that I made the first time this week. So I did like the rice. The rice tastes fine, so I was like, you might as well just use it again. And for this, I think it's just what? Peel back cover. Oh, so yeah, just warm the rice up for a minute. Why am I struggling? Okay. I don't know how much rice I'm going to use, so if I need more rice, I have some more of these in the pantry, but I'm going to warm this up for 1 minute. And then while that is warming up, I'm going to go ahead and prep everything. I've never cut an avocado before, so we'll see how this goes. I don't even know if this is ripe. I don't eat avocados. I won't eat it with sushi, so let's get to it. Okay, so starting off, you're going to want to cut your cucumber in half. And then once you have it cut in half, you're going to want to scrape the entire inside out. You do not want any seeds in there. You're going to want it to be as clean as possible like this. This was the best way I found to do it. And then you're going to cut that into tiny little slithers too. And then you're going to cut your avocado and start cutting that up. Pretty sure this is ripe. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then cut that up again. Okay guys, so I just finished cutting everything up. Cutting the avocado was way easier than what I thought, but not gonna lie, I did look at like TikToks and like YouTube videos of people cutting avocados because I had no idea what to do. So now that everything's all cut up and prep, we can kind of start the assembly. So we're gonna go ahead and switch over and get our kits, or like our molds, really, it's just the mold, to put the seaweed in and then apply everything. I hope this works out because I'm really craving sushi today. So cross our fingers that this works and the seaweed does not crack. Okay, so now we have our sushi mold. I'm gonna go ahead and add our seaweed in, and now we're just gonna start scooping our rice in. You want it about like halfway full, if not a little bit over halfway, and then we're gonna go in and add in all of our fillings, so like the lump crab meat, the cucumber is already in there, and then we're gonna go ahead and start adding our avocado in. So how, like, my rule of thumb was I wanted each bite to have a piece of everything, so just keep that in mind when spreading everything out. And then I'm going to go ahead and add in more rice on top. You want to close it off with the rice on top. I did kind of like start using my hands because this rice was sticking to the spoon so much. It was so annoying. And now we're going to go ahead and fold it. And then because this is a mold, we can press it down to have that shape and form. Try to hold as hard as possible and as long as possible. And now it's time to cut. So this was my first attempt. And as you guys can see, it wasn't going the best. So I tried using a different knife because this sushi mold came with a knife, but I wasn't sure if the knife wasn't sharp enough. I don't really know, but your girl was struggling. So this was our first attempt at the sushi. Obviously not. Okay, so clearly our first roll was a fail. So I really did the same steps all over again. And then I'm trying it again. I did try to add a little bit less rice at the bottom and add more at top. I really don't know. This is a lot of trial and error. I'm still not a pro at it. And then I just started trying to cut, and if I felt like it was a little bit too weak or I thought the seaweed was going to come off, I just tried somewhere else. And as you guys can see, I'm literally holding the seaweed down because I did not want it to unravel or kind of come off. I don't know. This was just hard. This was extremely hard. I looked up videos and it just seemed like everyone had the same problem. So I wish I could give you guys a tip on exactly how I did this, but I frankly do not know because I was struggling. But here's how the second roll turned out. Super cute. So your girl is done making her sushi rolls. I was able to make 2 rolls where the seaweed stayed on, but this was my second and third try. This is what my first try looked like. Like a complete disaster, as you guys can see. This was way harder than what I expected it to be. I think with a little bit of time and practice, I can get it down. I'm not going to waste this. I'm still actually going to eat it, but... And there's actually like 1 or 2 rolls that are still together in here, but kind of not. But for the taste test, we're going to do from our actual roll that worked. So I have a thing of soy sauce right here. I'm not a wasabi girl, so I did not get any wasabi, but let's try the sushi. Honestly, really good. Really, really good. What would I give it? It's pretty simple. It's pretty easy. I love sushi, so I feel like giving it a 10 kind of be biased. I'll give like a 9.5. But for how easy this was extremely hard. I think this is one of the hardest meals I've done so far. So if I would do it again, I most likely would probably do it again just because I love sushi and it's not super hard. Well, no. It's hard, but like these are definitely ingredients I have in my house so that I can easily go grab. But for the scale of how easy it is, 10 being the hardest, 1 being the easiest, it was like an 8. Like this was actually really, really hard. I had to stop for a second and look up videos, and everyone was like having different problems. And I think it's just time, practice, knowing how much rice to add, knowing how much things to add, making sure like learning how to cut it, how to do all that. So for how easy it is would definitely be an 8. But for taste, it's just rice and crab and cucumber, and it's just a basic roll. Now this isn't something that I would go out and order at a restaurant, if I'm being honest. I love the extravagant rolls. I love, you know, the house special, the specialty of whoever is making it. So this isn't something that I would order, but this is definitely something that I could make at home. So that is all for today, guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay guys, so it is finally Friday, guys. I am so happy that this video has finally come to an end because honestly, I thought this was gonna make me like want to be like a cook or a chef, but honestly, it makes me not want to cook at all. So happy to be done. Today, I'm not feeling the best. My head has been pounding all day. My throat's kind of like scratchy. So I decided to make a ramen. I know you guys are like, girl, you made ramen before. You must be trying new meals. Okay, I am, but I'm doing like a different spin on it. I'm going to cook the ramen on the stove and add in all the seasons. Normally I just do it in a microwave. I don't even do something like fancy, but I want to try like doing a little bit more stuff with everything that's in my refrigerator. So here are the ingredients that you're going to need. So you need a pack of ramen. I have 2 because I'm making 2, and then obviously the seasoning comes in the ramen. But I will still be adding my own seasoning. So we have some minced garlic, some lemon pepper, some cayenne, hot sauce. I love hot sauce in my ramen. Some seasoned salt. Everything but the bagel seasoning at the end though, at the end. Some soy sauce, some onions. These are like pre-diced. And then salt and pepper, and then we have chicken. This chicken is in the sink because it's been defrosting all day. So what I'm about to do now is start cooking the chicken on the stove. I think it'll be better if I cook it on the stove rather than in the oven. Season that up, and then we're gonna actually start cooking our broth and everything like that. I'm super excited because I kind of feel good. So I hope, you know, this kind of gives me like soup because I'm not the biggest fan of soup. I only like pho. So yeah. Okay guys, so we have a nice hot pan of oil. We're gonna go ahead and add in our pieces of chicken. I do not know why the stove was so high in the beginning. I don't really know. You guys saw that grease pop? Yes. I also don't know why I use this tiny pan when I have 3 other pieces of chicken to cook, but that is okay. But anyway, we're going to let this cook on medium heat, a couple minutes on each side. Once I feel like it's cooked long enough on one side and looks like it's cooked, I go ahead and flip each piece of chicken over, guys. And honestly, I'm super proud of myself because I normally don't cook chicken on the stove because I'm so scared it's going to be raw. So that's why you see me constantly pressing it down. But once I feel like it's good, I go ahead and I start adding in my onions, guys, because I do like sauteed onions. I love sauteed onions, but I did add them towards the end so that the onions did not burn. So I added it towards like when the chicken had only like a couple more minutes left on that side, and just mixing it in. And I definitely do feel like it added a lot of flavor to the chicken. Okay, guys, so while the chicken is cooking, I only have 3 pieces left to cook. As you guys saw, I added the onions and just sauteed them. I forgot to mention that I will be using eggs. I'm just going to boil the eggs later on once the food is a little bit closer to being done. So what I'm about to do while the chicken is still cooking, I'm about to start boiling the water so that I can add the ramen in and all that. So it's kind of like going together. Honestly, I'm not the best. I'm cooking multiple things at once, so we'll see how this goes. So yeah. Okay, so now it's time for us to start cooking or boiling our water. Literally, I just followed the pack of what the ramen said. This is not too hard. And you literally just let the water boil. I'm still like maintaining the chicken and checking on it because I'm still cooking it. So as the water is nice and hot now, I'm going to go in and add my 2 things of ramen. Let that sit for a minute, but I do like to mix it around because as you guys can see, not all of it was wet at first. So go ahead and mix that until the noodles are nice and soft and fully separated. My fave. Now we're going to go in and add some seasoning into our broth. You can add whatever seasoning you like, as much seasoning as you like. Up to you. Like I said, always preference when it comes to seasoning. So once I'm adding this in, this is really just for the broth taste. I'm just mixing it all around, making sure it's evenly distributed. And then now I'm cooking my eggs. I have this egg cooker and I literally love this egg cooker. You can cook all types of eggs, like hard, medium, soft eggs. So these are going to be hard eggs. So you go ahead and punch holes in them and then add some water and it dings when it's done. Love it. Super easy and simple. Highly recommend getting this egg cooker or just a egg cooker in general because they're amazing. Okay, guys, so everything is done cooking now. So we're going to go ahead and start assembling our ramen bowl. Starting off with our base. Obviously, we're adding in our noodles with the broth. So many noodles were coming all out at once. I was like struggling for a minute. Okay, so then I'm going in with the little season pack that comes with the ramen pack. This literally comes with every single ramen pack. I just didn't want to add it into the broth because I just didn't want it to water it down. But I'm going to go ahead and mix that packet into our noodles in our broth. And now it's time to add our chicken and onions, guys. This chicken looks so freaking good. And them salty onions looked so good. Like the house smelled so good. Okay, so last but not least, we're going to add in our hard-boiled eggs. Do you see how these eggs are cooked to perfection? Like literally perfection because of that egg maker. Like, kid you not. But now we're going to go ahead and add in our hot sauce. I love hot sauce on my ramen. It's amazing. I love spicy ramen. And then everything but the bagel seasoning at the end is just top-notch. And here is our final product. Okay, guys, I just finished. I got my chopsticks. Now time for the taste test. Okay, honestly, this hit the spot. It did exactly what it needed to do. I think I did good, and I would definitely make this again. I don't normally add this much like broth in it, not gonna lie. I'm one of those people that like barely to any broth in their stuff. But the broth is actually a vibe, and I like it. Okay, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. It was a long one, a hard one for me because I am not a cook, but I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Without further ado, I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.